Run.
This is the first video on the East Idaho Airsoft new YouTube page. It's going to be an instructional video on how to set up your Baofeng UV-5R radios, specifically for FRS, GMRS radio frequencies. We're using this list that I got off of Garmin's website, super handy, as well as a list of the CT-CSS frequencies. Most of your regular store-bought radios are going to have them numbered with just basic 1 through probably about 38 channels. That number generally refers to an actual frequency in megahertz. So I'm going to show you how to program this channel with your sub-frequency to enable you to have the best and clearest conversations possible with your squad and with the admins throughout the entire experience. Okay, the first step, if you have a Baofeng, you're going to most likely have to delete and clear all the channels that are already on there, unless you already have these FRS, GMRS radio frequencies programmed into your Baofeng. Real quick, I'll show you how to do that. So if you do have to clear off the channels that are already programmed in there, if they're not these frequencies, that'll be easy for you to do. You click the menu button. That will open up the menu screen. The menu items we're generally going to be using are 27 and 28. We're going to be using those a lot. And then we will actually be using menu item 11, 13, 27, and 28 is what we're looking for here. So I'm going to go straight to 28. You can type it in like that. And I'm just going to show you how to program one channel here. We go to item number 28, hit the menu button again, and it will select that. You'll see the little arrowhead go down to the bottom right here. There you can type in your channel 001 or 010 depending on which channel you're going to go to. You can also just hit the up button and select through the channels that way. So 001, we selected that channel. I'm going to hit menu again, and that will delete the channel. From there you can hit exit, then it'll bring you back out to this main menu screen. Anyway, so that's how you clear an old channel. Starting from this main menu screen, this red button is going to switch between VFO and memory channel modes. Channel mode is going to give you all of the pre-programmed channels you have in there. We want to be in the frequency mode pretty much completely for this section of the video. And you'll see right here, I have the number 1 channel already programmed onto the screen, but I'll type through that just so you can kind of get an idea of how this works. 4, 6, 2, 5, 6, 2, and it'll put that small 5 down after that frequency. From there, we're going to go to menu, and you go to 27 for memory channel. Select memory channel 001, or you can use your arrow keys, however you want to do that. It does not have a CH next to it, which means there is no channel programmed into it already. We're going to hit menu, receiving memory. That means that it has now programmed that channel to 001. This is just to show you an example of how the CT-CSS works. Both of these radios are set to the same channel, channel number 1, at 462, 5625, but they are on different CT-CSS frequencies for receiving and transmitting. If I hit the transmit button on this radio and speak into it, there's nothing coming out of the speaker. Likewise with this speaker, because they're both set to separate transmitting and receiving CTSS frequencies. They won't receive or transmit on each other's frequencies. When you get your channels programmed in, you can program all of these all the way up to channel 22, and those are the legal channels for you to use. For this particular event, you're going to have the assigned CT-CSS for the channel that your squad is assigned to. So let's say I'm assigned to squad CDV Echo. Shout out for Josh's group of guys over there. So we'll just say CDV Echo is assigned to channel number 1 and CT-CSS frequency number 5. In that case, we'll stay here on our frequency mode, make sure that our channel is typed in appropriately for channel 1, 4625625. We're going to go to menu, and we are going to go to option 11. That's going to be your receiving CTCSS frequency. Select, and then go to number 5, 79.7797 hertz, right there. Hit menu again, and it saves. Then we're going to go up to 13. That's transmitting CTCSS. Same thing. 79.7. Hit menu again, and it will save it. Then you can hit 27, and we're going to go up to memory channel. Oops, memory channel right there. Select with the menu button, up to channel 1. We want that CTCSS programmed with that channel. Select channel 1, hit the menu again. Transmitting memory means that it's now been saved to that channel. That's going to enable whoever's on channel 1 with sub frequency 5 or 79.7 hertz to transmit and receive each other's transmissions throughout the game without any interruption, hopefully from other outside channels. Okay, now that I've got you guys informed on how to set up your channels, we'll be releasing a diagram of the channels for each of your groups. Each squad is going to be assigned one of these FRS GMRS channels with the corresponding CTCSS frequencies, and you will have to program those channels into your radios. And if you've got the regular non-dual channel radio, we'll post a link to this with all the frequencies. So if your group is on one of these frequencies, you'll have the corresponding number for your basic radio. I'm going to go through my menu settings and show you how I have my radio set up to help us kind of conserve battery throughout the entire event.
Menu.
Squelch. If you are getting a lot of noise on your radio, which you probably won't if you're using the correct CTCSS frequencies, but if you are,
menu,
you can select this and it will help filter out a lot of the extra noise. The higher the number, the stronger the frequency has to be in order for it to be received by the radio, which for us being in close proximity to each other is probably going to be pretty high.
menu.
You could probably dial it all the way up to a 7 or a 9 and be able to communicate with your squad. For those that are going to be communicating with admin, you'll probably have to, if you have to adjust this, turn it down to an appropriate level so that you'll be able to have some weaker signals going back and forth. Scrolling through the menu a little bit, I'm going to focus on transmitting power at menu item number 2. For this particular event, you're probably good to go ahead and set your transmitting power to low. Most of these have, I believe, a 4 or 5 watt transmitting power on the high mode. This is going to cut that in about half, which means your battery's going to last a lot longer. These bigger batteries generally last a long time anyway, but just in case where we're going to have a lot of radio traffic going out throughout the day, you probably are going to want to change that down to a low power transmission. Anyway, menu item number 2, select with menu, and then you can scroll through the options right there. You've got high or low. I'm going to have mine set to low. The rest of these, for the most part, are personal preference. I have my beep set off. I don't like the beeping. For instance, if I turn that on, now as I scroll through, it's going to beep at me and it uses up unnecessary power. Scrolling through some more, your LEDs. There are lots of LED options on these, usually purple or blue and orange. At least for the day game, I would strongly suggest turning them completely off to save battery. At night, you may want to turn this regular backlight on, and so that you can see some of the options when you're at night. I mean, and just, it's as simple as scrolling through and that backlight will come on.
Backlight selection.
I have mine off for the most part, and then there's a transmit and receiving LED option, but I just turn mine off. Band, we're on UHF bands. We're not going to be using VHF at all. Make sure that is set to UHF or you're going to be transmitting in the wrong frequency. Other than that, that's about where you want yours set to. Roger, I have turned off that will beep when you hit the push to talk. That's generally pretty annoying going over the air, so it's best just to keep that turned off.
Menu.
The last option on here for you is to reset all. If you are having issues with your radio and you can't figure out why it's not working, reset all and start over. That's the easiest way to do that.
Initialization.
That's about it.
Channel mode.
As soon as you have those
Frequency
channels
mode.
programmed into your radio, you can go back to this main screen. If you can't find it, turn it off, turn it back on.
Frequency mode.
It'll open up to the main frequency or memory channel mode. Frequency mode, click the red button, you're on channel mode. Now, when I'm on this channel, it has the channel listed right next to that frequency. So if the one squad is on channel number 1, they have their CTCSS pre-programmed into that channel, saved to the radio, and then the other squad or admin who you're communicating with is on channel 10. In order for me to switch back and forth between those two channels, the blue AB button allows me to change over to that other channel. It is important to note as well that high power transmission, low power transmission is saved to that specific channel. So you can see there, as I'm switching to channel 10, the L, the low power indicator, and the CTCSS indicator both go away because I do not have this set to transmit at a low power on that frequency, and I don't have it set to transmit with that CTCSS frequency. So that needs to be programmed for every channel that you program into the radio. If you plan on communicating with other channels, with other squad mates on your team, and with the admin through this radio, which I would strongly recommend, you need to go through and program each of these channels with the corresponding CTCSS frequencies for those assigned squads, and that's going to be published and attached with this video for future use and especially for this event. Other than that, if you have any questions, hopefully this video answered most of them, but if you have any more questions, I can clarify some things later.
Run.